Hi guys, welcome in today's video. Welcome into our channel. If you are new here, kindly consider subscribing. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always come to support us. We are so much grateful. And yes, in today's video, it is a different video. As you can see, I'm not in the field. I'm not cooking either. I'm not even washing. I'm just seated here just to remember sweet memories of how I met my spouse. Yeah. Memories of how you met with your spouse or a husband are sweet memories. Yeah, to everyone, not only to me, it's to everyone. I know you too has a very sweet memories of how you met your spouse. Let us know in the comment section. Let us share our memories in the comment section, guys. Yeah, to understand my story, I'm first just going to give you a very quick life story of mine. I was born and raised in a Christian family where we believe in marriage. So unfortunate, at my 8th year, I lost my mom, and that was in 1992. And in 1993, my father remarried. He had to, because we were so young. We were siblings of 5, and he had to bring us someone who can take care of us. Yeah, after 1 year from my mother's death, God heard my prayers. I remember I used to pray him and ask him, God bless us once more. Give us chance of living sweet life again. And he did it. After my father remarried his wife, our mother now, we started living again, and we showed the sweetness. We came back to the happiness of our lives just as small kids. Yeah, I used to tell God, you know, God, we cried enough during 1992 and 1993. Just remember us with sweet, sweet, sweet life. And that's what he did. I did not come here for you to sympathize with me. I was just letting you know that I once had a very, very bad experience of life. You know, when you lost your mother, it is not something sweet. But we thank God, because later on, our God came and gave us another chance, and we lived happily thereafter. So I used to admire my father's marriage so much, and I learned a lot about marriage through their marriage. So as we grew up, I was a sharp kid, and I used to see how things were, and I used to tell God, Lord, I cried enough during that 1 year. All I want with you, God, to bless me with a good life. Yeah, so I definitely knew I wanted a good life. So I kept studying, and at age of 20, I finished my 4th course. You know, back people are not continuing their education. So when you reach your 8th course, from 4th high school course, you just, more especially if you do not score a lot of high marks to take you to university. So I was one of those people who did not continue in their university or any other course. So later on, I did not, I started life, and I remember this one day when my father came from Nairobi and asked us to meet. Me, my brother, and another sister. I was the third born, so I was the youngest in the meeting. So he came and asked us, you know, guys, you are now grown up, and up to now where I have reached you, I think as a parent I have done my work, and the remaining part, it's the most precious part, that you can either mess with your life, or you can make it good. So he told us, I remember in that meeting, he told us that, and I want you to know, guys, I cannot give you a parent, or it is written in the Bible, in the scripture, that a parent cannot give you a husband, he cannot give you a wife. A good wife and a good husband comes from the Lord. Yeah, I was stuck. I told you guys I was the youngest in the meeting. So I asked myself, so my father cannot give me a husband, and the way I rely on him for so many things. So that thing stuck on my mind so much. And from that day, I started asking God, if you are the only one who can give out a good husband, why don't you bless? At 20 now, you understand there is a husband and a wife, right, guys? So I asked God, if you are the only one who can give a good husband and you can give a good wife, then I rely on you, on my husband. I kept on with life. I kept on with life. Remember, all this time, I have never asked God to bless me with a job. All I wanted from God is a good husband. You know, it shocked me to hear that a parent cannot give you one. And I took an action and told God, I want you, God, to bless me with a good husband. So at 20, it was very young. I was very young, and it was very tender age to start thinking of a husband. But I thought of my husband at 20 years. We continued with life, with the struggles of life, keeping in mind that my father was not that wealthy, so we did not attend to other courses. And I attempted one day to go to a housemaid job. I did it for 2 months and I was unable. I felt that I went back home and I told my dad, I need to do a course, and I know I can do hairdressing. So from that day we started organizing on how I can acquire a course. And he remembered he had a cousin, my aunt, where I came to visit. He remembered that he had an aunt who is a hairstylist and could teach me how to do hairdressing. And that's exactly what he did. And that's what brought me where we are today. Guys, I came here to visit my aunt. During those years, here in Kenya, when you, in church, they organize seminars, they organize classes for various classes of youths. If you are 17, you have your own class. If you are 20, you have your class. When I reached my 20, I was grouped in a certain class where they start teaching you on how to go about those classes about marriage. I know you understand. So I was so surprised to hear that the same words that my dad said came again from other speakers in the seminars. So there is this one day we were preached at and told, you have to pray about your spouse. That's all you can do. And from that day, I kept asking God, bless me with a good husband. Lord, you know I cried a lot during those days. And right now, all I want is a sweet and peaceful life. Yeah, I kept telling my youth members that I don't pray for church weddings. No, I don't pray for wealthy. No, I don't even pray for big things. All I want is a peaceful person who can provide me a peaceful environment. That's all what I used to ask God, even in my youth. All right? Yeah. I remember very well this one day we went to a seminar and we were told it is time for now. Now that time I think I was at 21, almost 22, and I asked God, Lord, you know, some things we do as youth, you just do it. You can do something because it has really disturbed you. And I started praying and praying. So this one day we were told it is now time for us to pray for things that we need most. And this one thing pressurized me so much was a husband, and a good husband. And I went to the pulpit. There I stand, and the minister of God just started praying like that. And I remember the words that I told. I need a person who is peaceful in my life. Oh, that's what I want. And believe me not, guys, a white man came. I could see the white person. So we finished the seminar. We went back home, and as a human being, I started analyzing men. Every time we went somewhere and I saw a white man, I could analyze that person. yeah, after staying in our village for some times, I approached my dad and told him that I wanted a course and he should provide me a course because I felt in me I had a talent for hairdressing. And he told me I should go to my aunt where we stay is where I came, is where my aunt was staying. So he told me, you are going to, I'm going to send you to my aunt, to my cousin who does hairstyling, and she will show you how to do hairstyling. Yeah, I know my aunt, if you are watching this, you can attest to that. And when I came to this place, the first day, guys, the first day, this is how God works with these people. The first day, remember in the vision, or in I had seen a white person of which I did not know he is Peter. So the first day I came in this place, I met some people, some girls in the salon, in my aunt's salon, and they were discussing this one man, and they were saying, you know what? They were telling my aunt, I'm not going to mention her name. You know what? If today, they were discussing about Peter now. If today, Peter asked me, come, I marry you, do you know you are not even going to finish this hair? So I was just seated at the back bench waiting bay, and so I kept wondering, why are all these people praising this one person? Why are all these people praising this one person? And obvious, we are not close to my aunt, so I kept mum, and I kept wondering, who was this Peter? Who was this Peter? Who I kept asking myself, I would like to see this Peter. These girls that were talking about Peter, I would like to know about him. So we stayed like 5 months, and so fortunately, Peter has spotted me the first day that I came, and the way he tells me he was attached to me the first time he showed me, he saw me. So I have never, at this time, I have never even seen Peter, because me, I am that person. If I am going to this direction, I go headed to that direction. I don't go looking back. No. If I go to this place, it is this place. I come in the morning, I finish what I am doing, I go back to where I'm supposed to be. I'm that person. I don't, yeah, I know you understand. So later on, I came to understand that Peter used to see me walking in, and the only time he would see me was walking out was when I'm going back home. And we stayed like that like 6 months. Now, this one day, I asked my aunt, I want you to tell me, I became brave a bit, because I was so much disturbed to know who was this Peter that day that those ladies were talking about. And I approached my aunt and asked her, there is only one thing I want you to tell me, my aunt, and there is this one thing that has disturbed me for the longest. When I came here, I met some girls in your salon. They were talking about a certain man called Peter. And when I look around, I see all the old men within the locality where we were working then. And I asked him, could you mind please to show me the Peter that they were talking about that day? And my aunt laughed and told me, you know what, Joyce? When I'll show you, one day I'll show you Peter, and even you, what we are, all those people were saying, you also saw the same. I kept quiet. We stayed like other 2 months, and one day we were walking with my aunt, and my aunt told me, Joyce, do you know what? This is the Peter that those ladies were talking about. I had my heart whap, and I was very worried because Peter was as white as you see him. And he was resembling the person I saw when praying those back days, like 3 years back. So I was much disturbed, and I realized this man, I have been seeing him and he has been looking at me, and I was not even interested because my mission there was to go and do a course and get back to our village and continue doing my things. So It all started like that, and that's the rest is history. And we are going to come back here, guys, me and Peter, so that we can discuss how we started after that. I wanted to tell you, prayers do work in relationships. If you pray without ceasing, trust him, God will grant you the partner of your choice. Yeah, tell God the kind of a person you want. Me, all I wanted was a peaceful person. What I can say, God answers prayers. And the reason why I shared this even before we come here to tell you how we met, you know, I know you are expecting such kind of video, of which we are going to do it. I don't know whether we are going to do it in live or you can do it as live. As a video, you can just tell us in the comment section if you want a video or a live. We were thinking to do it as a live, or let us know. We do as you say. Guys, the reason why I came first, I did not want things to appear so normal. It wasn't a normal thing to meet person in prayers, and then it happens that that person is the one. You see, God took me through that journey, and I thank God. Peter is a wonderful man, and he has been so good to me. He has been so good to my family. Even as a wise woman, I felt it's good to come before even we come here. I know most of you have been asking us, where did you join? In fact, if I open up my inbox, you'll be surprised, and people are so eager to hear where we met, and I felt it is good because I know I was the first person who saw Peter, in prayers, and I saw Peter when I was too young for marriage at 20 years. I was not even ready to get married then. But God made sure, because that was the thing that was pressurizing me at the moment, at that time. And he made sure that he'll show me. So I felt it is good to come and tell you guys, I met Peter before even I knew him. He knew me. No one knew each other, but I knew I was to get married to a white person through prayers. Guys, I felt it's good, like a woman, to come and just let you know that how I met Peter the first time I met him. Yeah, that's how I met Peter in prayers. I prayed and prayed. Even I was very, very young at 20 years. And guys, that's how I met my person, my husband of 18 years. If you like this video, or you have been impressed by my story of how I met my husband, Peter, and we have lived for 18 years. We are just calm, we are peaceful people, just because we prayed about peace.